I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, July the 23rd, 2015. Congress began its review today of the nuclear agreement reached between world powers and Iran. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry, Energy Secretary Ernest Moniz, and Treasury Secretary Jack Lew addressed the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, briefing its members about the deal and taking questions from the committee members. Lawmakers will review the deal before voting to approve or disapprove it. Meanwhile, an estimated 10,000 people took to Times Square last night to protest the deal. The Stop Iran rally was organized by Americans for a Safe Israel. Speakers included former Manhattan District Attorney Robert Morgenthau, former New York Governor George Pataki, and Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz, who said he was at the rally as a liberal Democrat and that opposition to the Iran deal must be bipartisan. JBS broadcast the rally live yesterday. It will replay this evening at 7. A Palestinian man was reportedly shot and killed in the West Bank overnight last night. There are conflicting reports about the circumstances of the incident, which took place after IDF forces entered a home in Beit Umar near Bethlehem to arrest a Palestinian security suspect. Ynet reports that during the arrest, the suspect's family attacked the soldiers, one of whom fired at the legs of one attacker who was injured and then taken for treatment to a Palestinian hospital. When the soldiers left the home, they were confronted by a large crowd who threw stones and large blocks at them. One IDF soldier was lightly injured there, and the troops shot small arms fire to provide cover. A Palestinian man named as 53-year-old Falah Abu Maria was reportedly shot and killed. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin hosted a study session today with rabbis and leaders of different streams of the Jewish community. The event included leaders of the Reform, Conservative, Orthodox, and secular movements in a show of Jewish unity. This follows some criticism Rivlin faced after a conservative rabbi was excluded from a recent bar mitzvah service at the residence. Today's event was held in partnership between the president's residence and the Jewish People Policy Institute in connection to the upcoming fast day of Teisha Bader, the 9th of Av, which begins Saturday night, which commemorates the destruction of the temple linked to the erosion of Jewish unity and baseless hatred. The study day was meant to promote acceptance, tolerance, and respect between all Jews. And staying with Rivlin, the Israeli president earlier today met with President of Croatia, Kolinda Grabar-Kitarovic, who is in Israel to take part in a ceremony at Yad Vashem with her friend, Croatian filmmaker Branko Lustig. Lustig presented to Yad Vashem the Oscar that he won for Schindler's List. Grabar-Kitarovic told Rivlin that she was carrying a message of peace and tolerance. She said, "I have seen the face of war and I know what it means to live in peace and security." She told Rivlin Croatia supports a two-state solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict with peace and security for Israel and the Palestinians and an improved quality of life for the Palestinians. Former chairman of Weill Cornell Medical College, Sanford I. Weill, received an honorary doctorate from the Technion last month. The ceremony took place during the annual Technion Board of Governors meeting in Haifa and was presented to Weill for his career achievements as well as his service to the community and great philanthropy. Also in recognition for the major role Weill played in the formation of Cornell Tech, the collaboration between the Technion and Cornell University, which opened in New York City in 2012. Weill said philanthropy is not just giving money, it's also about giving one's time, energy, brains, and passion. The Friends of the IDF Young Leadership Mission to Israel concluded earlier this month. The mission partnered young American leaders from across the United States with IDF soldiers in Israel. The FIDF leaders toured strategic IDF bases and received in-depth briefings from IDF officers, giving them a unique experience and understanding of the day-to-day lives of Israeli soldiers. Jewish-Russian billionaire Yuri Milner is partnering with astrophysicist Stephen Hawking to look for intelligent extraterrestrial life. French news agency AFP reports that Milner, who is himself a former physicist and now an investor in tech companies like Facebook and Twitter, is giving $100 million to the Breakthrough Listen initiative, a 10-year project which will use some of the biggest telescopes on Earth and which Milner said takes the search for intelligent life in the universe to a completely new level. And looking at some entertainment news, American pop singer Mariah Carey is coming to Israel to perform for the first time. The Times of Israel reports that Carey will take the stage at the Rishon LeZion Amphitheater on August the 18th. And looking now at our programming for tonight, Thursday, July the 23rd, at 7 o'clock, a replay of yesterday's live coverage from the Stop Iran rally in Times Square. That's followed at 9 with L'Chaim, where Mark Golub sits down with former IDF soldiers. And at 10 o'clock, Israeli security is discussed at the 2015 Jerusalem Post Conference in New York City. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, In the News, featuring interviews with attendees at the Stop Iran rally in New York with Mark S. Golub. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, July the 23rd, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader.